KTVU's Jenna Katsuyama is here with the data and explains why transportation officials say the traffic might get worse before it gets better.
Christina, the MTC tells me that they have noticed an increase in the number of bridge crossings, and cities are now facing a rather difficult dilemma of trying to balance these new car-free zones with more cars. As pandemic restrictions begin easing up, more people are stepping on the gas and hitting the roads. This was Friday evening on the Bay Bridge, cars in all lanes. John Goodwin, a Metropolitan Transportation Commission spokesman, says say goodbye to those empty roads from last year's pandemic shutdown.
Bay Bridge traffic in particular is now running at about 90% of pre-pandemic levels.
Toll crossings at other bridges have not bounced back as much.
San Mateo Hayward is maybe 75% of normal, and Dumbarton is maybe 65% of where it was pre-pandemic.
Goodwin says those bridges have been impacted by many Silicon Valley company employees working from home. The pandemic has changed people's transportation patterns, perhaps for the long term.
Since things started to open back up, for sure, yeah, lots more cars on the road.
In cities, the debate is just beginning over whether to reopen the so-called slow streets. Those corridors, such as JFK Drive and San Francisco's Golden Gate Park, were closed to cars during the pandemic to give people more room to walk, run, bicycle, and move around the city.
I really like it. It kind of gives me a chance to go outside, other places.
It's really nice just being able to bike down the street and not have to worry about cars.
This 8th grader says she and her father now use JFK Drive's car-free zone to bike to soccer practice and the grocery store.
So I'm using the slow streets a lot to get around the city as much as I can.
Cities emerging from the pandemic face a new balancing act, trying to appease pedestrian and bicyclist needs with drivers.
Keeping the horizontal roads that cut through the park open, I think that's a good idea, going from the Richmond to the Sunset.
And transportation officials warn, with transit ridership dropping and many people readjusting their routines, expect a reshaping of Bay Area traffic patterns and some bumps in the road.
Until people return to transit and take some of the load off the freeways, we could be looking at much worse traffic than we got accustomed to back in, say, 2019.
Goodwin says the MTC is hoping for one pre-pandemic habit to return, that is carpools, at least once people get their COVID vaccines. Christina.
Jenna Katsuyama reporting live for us tonight. Jenna, thank you.